Everyone, Dennis Kaye here with Belize Islands Real Estate. Today I'm going to talk to you about a tale of two different lots because a lot of you have been looking at some of the deals that I have over on the west side of the island. You know I'm bullish on Secret Beach, Ambergris Caye for a lot of reasons, but that doesn't necessarily mean I rule out buying and investing on the East Coast. The two areas are very different. And I know many of you are buying property from me sight unseen. Some of you have never even been to the island before, but with the videos and pictures and Google Earth shots and everything else, you feel comfortable buying because you know what you're getting. Okay, so in this video, I really want to dive deep into the differences between East Coast and West Coast and why one might be preferable than the other for you personally. Now, I really like Secret Beach, but I also really like the east side. Why? Well, I'm a morning person. I get up early, 5:30 in the morning, and in Belize, the sun rises really early, sometimes as early as 5:30. So you got to get up early to see the sunrise. I love getting up, having my coffee, watching the sunrise, feeling those warm ocean breezes coming off the Caribbean. You don't get that on the west side. You don't get that at Secret Beach. Over there, you get the sunsets. So the east side has those beautiful sunrises. The east side also has the world's largest barrier reef, a second largest barrier reef called the Mesoamerican Barrier Reef, just a few hundred yards off the shore. Now that is unique because that barrier reef, if you see pictures of all the beautiful fish and the turtles and the dolphins and the coral, all of that is on that reef. So your snorkeling, your diving, your fishing all take place right there, just a few hundred yards off the east side of Ambergris Caye, not the west side of Secret Beach. Secret Beach is going to have great swimming. Okay, as we said before, there's no trash that washes up on those beaches. There's no sargassum grass to worry about on that side. Okay, but because there's no reef over there, it's also not the best for snorkeling. You're not going to see a whole lot over there. You're not going to do any diving off Secret Beach, although it is good for things like paddleboarding and kayaking and canoeing, things like that. Whereas if you go over to the east side, let's say you own a beachfront or an off-beach property on the east side of the island, you can take a kayak out and you can go and snorkel the reef right on your own, and it's absolutely awesome. I've done this several times, and there's nothing like the freedom of getting up in the morning, take a friend with you for safety reasons, getting in your kayak, go out there, anchor at the reef, and just enjoy all that sea life. You see amazing things. You can just take your time and be at that reef line and it's just amazing. So this video is called The Tale of Two Opportunities because I'm going to compare now two different fourth row lots, one at Secret Beach, one on the east side, northeast side of Ambergris Caye, and talk about the differences between the two of them, both in size, location, access to San Pedro town, access to restaurants, bars, cafes, and whatnot, because I know in particular two of my clients are looking at the differences right now. So they're trying to make up their mind. Do they want something at Secret Beach or do they want something on northeast Ambergris Caye? So that's the purpose of this video. So let me just start to kind of go through some of the information here. First of all, just a brief recap of yesterday's video regarding that fourth row parcel at Secret Beach, parcel number 8366. Again, this is a fourth row lot. The price on it is $55,000 US. It comes with financing. For all the details on that lot, go back and see the video that I posted, I think either yesterday or Saturday afternoon. You get all the deals on that Secret Beach lot. It is still available for those of you who are interested. Now, the lot itself, as I mentioned in that video, and I'll confirm here, is 65 feet wide by almost 78 feet deep. So this is a typical size lot at Secret Beach. These lots are big enough for a single family home plus a little caretaker's house, maybe a duplex. But this subdivision was created strictly for single family homes, okay, per lot. You can squeeze a little bit more out of a lot, but not much. You don't want to overcrowd the property, okay? So this gives you 5,274 square feet at this fourth row Secret Beach Lodge. Again, it's only, about 300 feet from the water. Great location, access to everything Secret Beach has. Now this other lot I want to tell you about today is on the northeast side of Ambergris Caye. While Secret Beach is about 5.5 miles drive from San Pedro town, this lot here is going to be about 9.5 miles, okay, north of San Pedro town. So not quite double the drive time, but this lot is a lot different. This is parcel number 9557. Now, like Secret Beach, this also has fee and simple title. It's also zoned residential or commercial. You can have both on it. It's in the path of progress. However, this lot that I'm highlighting today has electricity, cable, and internet lines all right in the immediate area. Okay, so you'll see on the road here, it has those power lines. Now, I don't know what the cost is going to be if you were to build today to have maybe a small transformer installed and have access to power immediately, but power is in the area, and power does go to Brightwaters, which I'll talk about that in a little bit, which is a resort right in front of this property. Now, this lot, look at the dimensions on this. 143 feet wide by 228 feet deep. Okay, this gives you over 32,600 square feet of build area. Now, if you're doing the math, this is 6.18 times the size of the Secret Beach lot. All right, so Secret Beach lot, again, 5,274 square feet. This lot, 32,604 square feet. Same price, 55,000 US. This property also has road access. Now, it's a little farther away from the water's edge because of the size of the lots in this area. This subdivision here was subdivided with much larger lots. You can see this one is 6 times the size of the one at Secret Beach. Now, what are the differences in the area like? Well, it's a completely different feel. But what I like about the east side is that's where you're going to find a lot of your larger resorts. Now, those of you who've been following me for a while know that on the west side of Ambergris Caye, the Ambergris Bay area, all the beachfront lots have been subdivided into very small individual-sized parcels. In fact, I sold one over the weekend, parcel number 221. So congratulations on you guys who picked up that beachfront lot. Very nice couple from Texas. So we're going to be doing the paperwork here on that this week. So there isn't really any space on the west side of the island to do a larger resort. Whereas on the east coast, here you're going to find some of the larger, nice resorts, and some of them are in the vicinity of where this lot is located. For example, here is a overhead view of not Tranquility Bay, Sapphire Beach. Sapphire Beach. So you see it's a beautiful resort. It's right there on the Caribbean Sea. You can see the white line off in the distance. That's the barrier reef. That's where the snorkeling, diving, fishing takes place. Sapphire Beach does a tremendous job at taking care of their beachfront. Here is another resort not too far from this property. This is called Extanha. This is also a gorgeous resort. Sits on some of the most beautiful, pristine waters on Ambergris Caye. This area is called Mexico Rocks. So when you look out, it is just stunning. The blues, the turquoise water. And again, they also take very good care of their beach. Another picture here of Sapphire Beach, the resort. Here is a picture in front of Sapphire Beach. You see those beautiful sandy beaches. Now, some of you might be asking, well, how come I can't swim off the beach if it's so nice? Well, you can. Nothing's stopping you from swimming. But if you notice, the water is very, very shallow as it comes up to the shore. So because of that, it allows a lot of seagrass to grow. So it's not really sandy as you walk in. There's a lot of seagrass and shells, conch shells and things like that. So it's not like swimming off the coast of, let's say, Florida and Miami Beach, or some place like that, or even Cancun. So normally people get off the beach to do their swimming. They'll take a kayak into a little bit deeper waters. But again, you can see the beautiful, beautiful Caribbean Sea here. Another shot. And you see that small line there of grass that washes up. What this is a naturally occurring grass. So it washes up on the beaches. And then every few days or once a week, the caretakers of these various properties will go out there and rake it up. Now, sometimes, as you know, if we get a very heavy sargassum grass outbreak, it can be pretty deep in this area, especially in areas where the beaches are uncared for. So, for example, vacant lot properties or resorts that don't care for their beach properties well. So, you're going to find up and down the coast that in some areas that sargassum grass can be quite high and, to be honest, full of trash. Not very pretty. But in areas where the resorts are, the beaches are pristine. They keep them up really well. Here's another small resort property called, I think it's Tuto, Tuto. So you can Google that. It's a coconut plantation up in this area. So that's kind of cool. They got a couple of these little places for rent up there. So that's nice. Here's another aerial view of Extanha. You can see the colors of that water a little bit. This picture I just pulled off the internet, so obviously it's photoshopped a bit. The colors are popping a bit more than they really should. But again, you can see some of the resorts that have been built up in this area. Now, this is the picture here that I took last time I was up in this area. This has not been photoshopped. This is an actual picture just from my plain old iPhone, and it shows the color of the water as I'm heading up to take photos of this property. Also up in this area are restaurants, cafes, beach bars. There's Playa del Sol is up in this area, other little restaurants serving great Belizean food, place to go hang out for an afternoon, have a few Belican beers or a rum punch, something like that. So it's really quaint, and it's got an awesome feel to it. It does not have the busyness of Secret Beach, and some of you might like that. I like both. Sometimes I'm in the mood to go to Secret Beach and just hang out and see all my friends and just kick back a cold one. But sometimes, if you're in a more quiet mood, it's nice to take a drive up to the northeast side and just go hang out for an afternoon at one of these quiet little beach bars, little restaurants. Find yourself an isolated beach where there's no one around. You're not going to see anyone for hours. Hang out, enjoy the beauty. Now, again, going back to the comparison, again, this is the video of the tale of two lots. Secret Beach, 4th row lot, $55,000 with financing. Okay, there's the size. Going to the other lot on the northeast side, parcel number 9557, 143 by 228. So you might be thinking, okay, if space isn't a concern for me, if I'm okay with a small lot, I want to be by Secret Beach, I want to be by that atmosphere, I can spend 55 and go there. However, some of my clients have children, they're a little bit bigger family, and their idea is having a Belizean hardwood home with some banana trees in the yard, planting some mango trees, having a space maybe for a pool, because sometimes, not everyone likes to swim in the ocean. The salt water, the maybe little critters in there once in a while that you don't want to touch, don't like touching fish. I don't know. My wife doesn't like swimming in the ocean. She doesn't like fish touching her. So you might want a place with a pool, or you might want your family home, but then have space for maybe a mother-in-law suite, maybe a couple of little rental cabanas, maybe a little grocery store up front, a way to make some extra money. So if space is important to you, well, then I would go with something like this. Same price, 6 times the size of the lot. Here's a Google Earth overhead shot of it. You can see that it does have road access. It's a 4th row lot, so very, very nice lot, nice size, not too big of a subdivision either. So what I like about this is your neighbors are also farther apart, right? So you don't have neighbors right next to you or behind you. You do, but they're several more feet apart than you would have at Secret Beach. Here's another plot map showing the location of the property. This is the road leading up to the subdivision. This is Andre installing my for sale sign. This is the property here. You can see it's already got nice trees on it. It's nice high lot. Of course, those trees will be have to cut down and your lot smoothed out and everything. Those trees won't be there when you go to build, but you can see what it looks like now. Here's the actual road that the lot is on. You can see the overhead power lines in this picture. Here is the beachfront right in front of these properties. Now, I told you I wanted to talk to you a little bit more about this area. So this resort here called Bright Waters, this was a victim of the 2008 crash. This was a condo project that basically went bankrupt after 2008, after the crash happened. And these condos have been left unfinished. Now, right now, there's a few locals that live here to act as caretakers for the property. Now, these caretakers do an excellent job looking after everything. And I've recently been talking to some investors who are looking at possibly buying this now bankrupt property, putting money into it and getting it back up and running. Now what that would do for the area is just incredible, because right now, if I go back to the slide showing the beachfront, the beach isn't in the best shape. I'll be honest. I mean, if you drive up there, depending on the time of year and the time of the week or the month, depending on how much wave action we've had or rains, the beach could be pretty ugly. I've seen this beach full of sargassum grass, full of trash, not looking nice at all. But I've also seen it looking pretty pristine, depending on how good the caretakers are taking care of it, how much they're raking it. And to be honest, in their defense, they don't really have to rake the beach because there's no guests staying there. It's not like it's an up and running resort. They're just caretakers for the property. So the beach is just in its natural state. But once this property gets rebought by the right investor group and opens back up, that's really going to center this part of the island, and it's going to serve as a hub of growth. Because what happens now is whenever we have a up and running resort that is attracting clients, clients tend to like to buy property where they first experience Ambergris Caye. So if they book a vacation and they spend a week up here, they're going to fall in love with this area, and then they're going to start buying properties around the area. And then they're going to start to build homes and other businesses. That's what we've seen happen all around Ambergris Caye. So right now is an opportunity to buy in this area at a fairly reasonable price, because I think prices are going to go up here in the very near future. I've been asking about the views. The views are going to be absolutely stunning from this fourth row lot if you just build up a few stories. This is a picture of a viewing tower at Grand Belize Estates. This viewing tower is about 2,000 feet from Secret Beach. And when you're up there, when you're standing on that top deck, you have incredible views overlooking Ambergris Bay, and you can even see all the way over to the east side some of the other resorts. So that's about 2,000 feet from the water's edge. This lot this fourth row lot, number 9557, is only 975 feet from the water's edge, so half the distance. So, for example, if you built a one-story or two-story home, elevated it a few feet, and then you just took a small portion of that home and went up to the maximum height allowed of 34 feet, and you build like a little, maybe 15 by 15 foot outdoor living room with outdoor furniture, maybe a little thatched roof on top to shield you from the rain and the scorching sun sometimes, then you're going to have just incredible views. I mean, to the east, looking out over the Caribbean Sea, to the west, looking out over some of the lagoons back there, it'll just be stunning. Here's a picture of the actual coastline, taken from the water. Again, undoctored, unphotoshopped. The water really is that color. It's spectacular. And one thing I want to mention too regarding access, because this lot is 9.5 miles north of San Pedro town. Now, that can be a long ride by golf cart, okay? A lot longer than the 5.5 miles to Secret Beach, especially if the road's not in its best condition. But one of the benefits that this area has up here is this entire area is serviced by Coastal Express. This is a local island water taxi service that goes back and forth between San Pedro town. So most people that stay at the resorts in this area, for example, we mentioned several of them, Extanja, Sapphire Beach, Playa del Sol, all these different places, they don't take their golf cart back and forth into San Pedro town. They go by Coastal Express. And it's very, very convenient. Here's one of the schedules. I don't know if you can see the schedules, but they run several times down during the day, several times back. So you can always find something convenient for you guys. It even goes off into the night. So if you and your family wanted to come into San Pedro for dinner, get some groceries, head back up on the boat, very, very easy to do. So I'm telling people, if you're looking at buying property in this area, don't be so concerned about the distance to San Pedro, especially by golf cart. Okay, because you're probably not going to make that run very often, unless you want to. I mean, you can if you want to. But again, San Pedro town is going to become less and less important, because the things that you will need, for example, groceries, going out, getting supplies, whatnot, that's all going to become more and more available on the north side of Ambergris Caye anyway. Okay, and the time you do want to do some major grocery shopping, go to the massive grocery stores, pick up all your supplies, take the water taxi into town, or better yet, just have a runner do it for you. Okay, so there's runners on the island. You can email or text an order in to several of the grocery stores and exactly what you want, and then have a local runner get everything, buy everything, put it on the water taxi, shoot it up for you, you pick it up. and you don't even have to come into town. So that's just a couple thoughts on that. All right, so I hope you enjoyed today's video. I try to make it as educational and informative as possible. Again, I have ulterior motives for making this video. Two of my clients in particular are looking at this lot, and they asked a lot of questions regarding access, location, views, size, comparisons, what's in the area. So I made this for them, but also you get to benefit as well, because this isn't my last property that I'm going to be listing and selling up in this area. So let me know what you think in the comments below. Any more comments, concerns, suggestions? We'll go from there. Remember, live life on your own terms. Don't let this coronavirus stop you or cause you to contract. Take a step forward toward your dream. Live in Belize. Invest in Belize. Enjoy everything that Ambergris Caye has to offer. And I hope to see you in paradise soon.